Welcome to English Exams. This video is copyright. Section 2.
You will hear a talk given by Dr. Ravi Patel, a marine conservationist, discussing the Green Turtle Conservation Project. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15.
Now answer the questions 11 to 16.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Ravi Patel and I'm delighted to be here to discuss our work at the Green Turtle Conservation Project. Our mission is to preserve the green turtle population, ensuring that these magnificent creatures thrive despite increasing threats to their survival. This program was originally established nearly 2 decades ago, and over time it has grown into one of the most influential initiatives in marine conservation in this region. While some people assume we are the largest turtle conservation program, that isn't quite the case. We are still expanding, and there are a few other larger international initiatives. However, our project is one of the most community-driven efforts, with local fishing villages actively involved in our conservation efforts. For example, we work closely with fishermen to reduce accidental turtle captures, a major issue known as bycatch. Many communities have adopted safer fishing methods, which has significantly decreased the number of turtles caught in nets. Additionally, we have been able to influence local government policies on sustainable fishing, although we are still working toward broader national legislative changes. Another area of focus for our program is research and education. Volunteers and conservationists work together to track turtle migration patterns, an effort that has provided valuable insights into their movement across different ocean territories. By monitoring the turtles' journeys, we can better understand their behavior and protect key habitats. Volunteers also help in various other areas, from collecting data on nesting sites to engaging with schools and communities to promote awareness. Recently, we were awarded a substantial research grant, which is an exciting development for our program. Some assume that this money is primarily for improving our rehabilitation facilities for injured turtles, but that is only a small part of the plan. The main focus of the grant is actually to expand our conservation reach and conduct further studies on the impact of environmental changes on nesting behaviors. Additionally, part of the funding will go towards awareness campaigns to educate tourists and local residents about the dangers of disturbing turtle nesting sites. We believe that increasing awareness and educating the public is the key to long-term conservation success. Unfortunately, climate change continues to pose a significant threat to green turtles and we are witnessing its impact firsthand. While many people assume rising ocean temperatures are the main issue, the problem goes beyond that. One of the biggest concerns is the destabilization of nesting sites due to changing weather patterns and rising sea levels. As beaches erode or become unsuitable for egg incubation, fewer hatchlings survive, which leads to a decline in population numbers. Additionally, an unexpected consequence of climate change is that it affects the temperature of the sand where turtles lay their eggs, which, in turn, impacts the ratio of male and female hatchlings, disrupting population balance. Now I'd like to share how I personally became interested in turtle conservation. Some people assume I developed my passion after watching a documentary on marine life, or perhaps through an experience in the field, such as rescuing a turtle caught in a fishing net. Having said that, my interest actually began much earlier, when I was just a child. I vividly remember visiting a turtle sanctuary during a family trip. Seeing these creatures up close and learning about their struggles left a lasting impression on me. That moment sparked my lifelong dedication to marine conservation.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20.
Now answer the questions 17 to 20.
Now let's talk about some of the remarkable individual turtles we are currently monitoring through our conservation program. Each turtle we track has its own distinctive characteristics, making them fascinating subjects for research. First, we have Emerald, a mature female who has been part of our tracking program for several years. Normally we expect turtles to return to the same nesting site every season, but surprisingly Emerald has been unusually elusive this year. Unlike previous years, when she was spotted frequently by our observers, She hasn't been recorded at her usual nesting grounds. We are still hopeful that she is thriving somewhere, but at the moment her whereabouts remain unknown. Next there's Coral, one of our most photogenic turtles. She seems to enjoy being in front of the camera. Researchers have captured hundreds of images of her over the past few years, often in areas where she interacts with other turtles. What makes her particularly recognizable is that she tends to swim close to the surface, allowing for clear pictures to be taken. In fact, many of the educational materials we produce for schools feature Coral's image because she is so frequently documented. Another interesting case is Tide, a young male who is extremely energetic compared to most others in our program. Green turtles are generally not known for being very active swimmers, yet Tide is the exception. He is often seen darting through the water with impressive speed and even leaping slightly above the surface, which is quite unusual for this species. This level of activity suggests he is in excellent health, and we are excited to continue monitoring his development over time. Then we have Drift, a turtle who has only recently been added to our tracking database. While others like Emerald and Coral have been monitored for years, Drift was only identified and tagged last season. He was found during one of our night patrols on a lesser-known beach, which had not previously been recognized as a nesting site. Given that we are still learning about his habits, he is currently one of the most intriguing subjects in our study. Finally, let's talk about Sage, who is easy to recognize due to her unusual physical appearance. Most green turtles have a fairly standard shell shape, but Sage's shell is noticeably larger and more oval-shaped than usual. This unique feature makes her stand out from the rest, and she is often one of the first turtles identified during surveys. Despite her distinctive look, she appears to be in good health, and researchers are particularly interested in understanding whether this difference is genetic or influenced by environmental factors.
That is the end of Section 2. Now turn to Section 3.